I am so honored and so happy to have been able to witness all the 16, no, I think I missed one, book fairs of Hargeysa. Honorable Vice President of my country, Vice President Ismail Abdullahi Zaidi, honorable guests, the ministers who are here, the ambassadors of friendly countries, guests who've come to us from far and wide, et surtout nos amis qui sont venus du Maroc. Je vous souhaite la bienvenue. Je souhaite la bienvenue aussi aux amis qui sont venus de Djibouti, notre pays voisin. أهلا وسهلا من السودان ومرحبا بكم. أهلا قريبو from Kenya. And of course my son, Honorable Lumumba, I cannot forget you. Dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so emotional, I probably have forgotten quite a few important people. Our friends from Turkey, from Taiwan, I cannot forget. My daughter Ayaan. I welcome you all. Oh, I cannot forget Monsieur Idriss, qui a traduit le dictionnaire français en Somalie. Voilà, I cannot forget that. He translated the French dictionary into Somali. So how can I forget that? I welcome you all and I love you all. And it is a great honor to be here today and to speak about a word, resilience. Now to describe resilience is easy. It's synonymous with Somaliland. You think of resilience, one country comes to mind, Somaliland. Somaliland, because 32 years ago, Somaliland was left for dead. There was no Hargeisa, there was no Bora, there was no Bora, Berbera. Our cities were flattened to the ground. Our people had fled. They were in refugee camps in Ethiopia and Djibouti and Yemen and elsewhere. Probably some of them ended up in shores along the Mediterranean and beyond Scandinavian countries, Canada, Australia, anywhere they could run to where they could seek shelter. But Somalilanders, because of their resilience, started with forgiveness, started with peace. These are the very important ingredients of resilience. You cannot become resilient unless you learn to forgive, unless you heal, unless you seek peace, unless you forget the bumps and the bruises of life, because life does have bumps and bruises along the way, and you don't focus on the bumps and the bruises, and you don't focus on the heights, but you focus on life and tomorrow. You forget about what yesterday was. You cannot change yesterday, but you can certainly influence tomorrow. You can look for peace for tomorrow. You can better yourself academically tomorrow. You can find jobs tomorrow. You can become creative tomorrow. And this is exactly what Somaliland has done. And today is a very important day, a time, because we have a generation of Somalilanders who are between 35 and 40 years old, who are educated and who are back from where they were born or where they grew up, where they went to school, when they went to college, and are coming back and bringing back their knowledge, their love that rebuilds this country. And I want them to take over from us, because we're going to be sent to our functions elsewhere quite soon. But this is your world, the world we left for you, we rebuilt for you, the Somaliland we preserved for you. And you need to love it as we have loved rebuilding it for you. You have to better yourself. And that's how you become resilient. Resilience comes from the example of plants, of animals. I think one of the most resilient animals that I can think of, and you probably are thinking of the frog, but I'm thinking of the camel. That gracious animal Somalis live for. And because of the camel, they live because of the camel the camel milk, the camel meat, the pride, the joy of having a herd of camels. And that camel is the epitome of resilience. It goes without food, it survives. It goes without water, it survives and also sustains you, sustains human beings. It's the image, in my mind, the epitome of resilience. I think of that tree and that word adkaysi. Somalis describe resilience, describe somebody who is resilient by saying the word gate, adayg. That person has a strong trunk. It's a strong tree. Adkaysi buu leeyahay waa geed adayg. War adkaysi muuji. War jiljilee cadaan. War dhuuxtoo soo dhaasho haddaad u baahato. Adkaysi, the strength. Resilience means strength. Resilience means tolerance. Resilience means love of life. Resilience means determination, creativity. Resilience means Somalilanders, because they're all resilient. And I'm going to talk about resilient, I've spoken about a resilient country, Somaliland, but I'm going to talk about a Somali town that is also very resilient and against all odds stands. A city, a village that was the mother of Somaliland. Not me, there's a city that's the mother of Somaliland. A city where people went and sought shelter during the war. A city that hosted our warriors, our returnees. A city that hosted our children and women. Can anybody guess where that city was, the name of it? Somebody remind me? Bandhigga. Your grandmothers, your parents were sheltered in Bandhigga before you were flown or taken to Canada or Australia. Bandhigga was the mother city of Somaliland. It is today a small city that does not even have a well, that has no roads, but that's your mother, and that's a city you need to rebuild. And not because it's my country and my city. It's yours. I never lived there, but you did. And I also want to mention resilient individuals. I would like to welcome the mayor of the city of Hargeysa, who just walked in, my son. I have a book in my hand, not my book, but a book that I found very interesting that was given to me. And the author of this book, Dr. Abdullah, I think was the second or the third Somaliland doctor trained in Great Britain. Dr. Abdullah, a long career with WHO, a long career serving humanity, a dedicated man, somebody I had the honor to work with during my years in Somaliland. And in his retirement years, he took the trouble to tabulate, to get the history of education, a brief history of formal education in British Somaliland Protectorate from 1884 to 1960. That is a book written by a Somalilander who retired and who I would like to wish good health and a long life, because we need people like Dr. Abdullah Hidiria. And he is in Hargeysa, Somaliland, since yesterday. And I hope many of you will go and see him and greet him. Resilience, haddii afkeeda ku soo noqono, dee waa geed adeegaan sheegay. Waxaa la yidhi jiljileecna looma waaro, jiljileecna looma dhigto, adeegna looma waaro. Haddii aan la istiirin, haddaan nabad la keenin, haddaan gacmaha la isqabsan, haddaan wax la wada qabsan, meel gaari mayno. Adeegaan Ilaahay inoo dhaliyay waxaa ka muhiimsan taa inagu aynu la nimaadno. Dhalinyaro maanta idinkaan la hadlaya. Maanta waxba barteen. Kii geed rustii wax lagu soo baray, iyo kii qasacadkii aliidoo lagu soo baray, isagoo ku fadhiya. Maanta jaamacadaad ka baxdeen. jaamacadaha ka baxdeen iyo cilmigaa aad barateen ha noqdo mid dalkan aad u dhalateen ee Somaliland wax ku soo kordhinaya noqda waxaan ogahay gabdho badan oo dadaalay sanadkaa maanta waxaan rabaa ficil dheeraada waxaan ka rabaa inamadaan ka rabaa inan rag baan ka rabaa boqolahan ka rabaa kuwa mid boqol halaad gooya inamadaan ka rabaa dadaal dheeraada waxaan doonaya inaad cilmigaa yaalla wadamada aad kusoo qorteen eed wax ku dhigataan eed degantihiin inaad cilmiyo wanaagsan ka soo barataan caadooyinka xunxun ee dalalka yaalla aad ka baydhaan ka jeesataan ka qabataan ilmaha yara lagu duursanayo oo aad noo soo noqotaan idinkoo aqoon yahanaa idinkoo dalkan nala dhisi kara idinkoo dalkan idinku dhisan kara annagu intaan idin samayn karna idiin samaynaya inta ka hadhay idinka idiin taalla cilmigu soo barta وانا دي ولا سلام يا ولا عين يا I would like to thank you all and I love you all and I want you to love Somaliland as much as I love it. Wassalamu alaikum.